everybody, I'm Casey, and once again we're going to do something a little bit different. As some of you know, a few months ago my family and I moved out of our previous home into somewhere new. Before I packed everything up though, I took some time to do something I've always wanted to do. I recorded a room tour video. Now I don't know if anyone will actually be interested in this, but I always find room tours, especially nerdy room tours, fun to watch, so I thought I'd take you guys along on this look through my old room. Also, sorry in advance that this is so long. Once I start, it's tough to get me to stop. You know how it is, you've been here long enough. Hope you enjoy. So I guess we'll start over here and then work our way clockwise. So right here, just to start off, we've got this little drawing I did of that scene in The Lion King where he just can't wait to be king. And yeah, it's not the best drawing, but I still really liked it. It was one of the more ambitious things I did, so I just keep it up there. Over here we got some random magazine clippings, because why not? And here, I don't know how well you can see this with the glare, but this is also drawings I did when I was 13, 14 maybe, and they're of the Digimon sovereigns. We got Mbaunumon, Azulongmon, Baihumon, and Chuchaomon. Now up here, we've got this really cool promotional poster from GameStop advertising the Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright crossover, which I absolutely love. One of my favorite games ever. Got me full force into Professor Layton, and I wanted something to represent both franchises in the room, and you know what? This was the easiest way. I found this on eBay, got it framed. Random magazine clipping again, but this time of LT Gray, because Lord knows you're not going to find an LT Gray poster because no one remembers that show. And, okay, this might be weird, but I got this copy of the Declaration of Independence hanging on my wall. See, when I was in middle school, I was a huge history nerd. Like, I'd just seen National Treasure, and that hooked me. I was into all sorts of historical conspiracy theories and all sorts of stuff like that. So when my sister took a school trip to Washington, D.C., she picked this up for me. And you may have noticed here, there's this little clay figure here. This is a Christmas ornament I did of all of the other reindeer. Again, not the prettiest looking thing, but I did really like it because I wanted to represent one of my favorite Christmas specials on my tree. Up there we've got this random Dr. Hooves print that I bought at a con, and it really hit me because it said, "Run, you clever boy," and you know, it's pretty cute. Random dream catcher too, because I bought it on vacation once. Now let's get to a shelf. Let's see if I can get in here. So over here we've got some baseball trophies from when I participated in Little League, and a Dundee from The Office, because that's just as important. Now over here we've got, I really for a while was into collecting Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer collectibles. I don't know why. Rudolph's cute. That's the only excuse I have. I have tons of stuff like this, like in boxes everywhere, but there is some stuff that I keep out that are some of my favorites, like this right here, this cute little electronic sitting Rudolph, which is adorable. Does this still work?
My name's Rudolph. Hi. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Okay, that's enough of that. Copyright and all. So yeah, that's what that does. And they make tons of these every year, but this is one of the originals, and it's adorable. Up here, just random ceramic stuff. This little puppy here, this vase that I painted when I was like 8. Here, these are pretty cool, but they're sadly probably gonna get thrown away, is these little handmade clay figures I made years and years ago. But they're falling apart because I didn't know how to bake clay back then. And I'm not sure if you can now, because this stuff is like over 10 years old. So I'm not sure if they like, I don't know, catch on fire or something. So I don't know what I'm going to do with those, but I do really love them. So maybe I'll remake them. You know, who knows. Random seashell, random sand dollar. It's cool old Top Cat ceramic figure, random cup, ignore that. Little ceramic Simba, seals, random Rafiki, this weird calming dolphin thing that I really like. Oof. Same thing with the turtle thing. And here, first Funko Pop, you're gonna see a lot of these. First of many Funko Pops. This is the San Diego Comic-Con 2017, I believe. Flocked cat dog. Now, they could have gotten the regular cat dog, but as soon as I heard this was announced, I went to the trouble of picking this up because I love flocked Funko Pops. Up here, another electronic Rudolph, but one of my favorites because this was really hard to find. I forget the company, but we looked everywhere for this thing. It's one of the better made electronic Rudolphs, and it's actually really well made, really cute. I don't remember if it works. Does it work? I can't find the button, so I'm gonna say it works. I really love Hagen Raniker. It's one of my, like my mom got me really into ceramic animal figurines, and Hagen Raniker is one of the best companies that makes those things. So this is my personal collection of them. Alright, next shelf. Next shelf is nerdier. There we go. So let's go through here. We got this awesome Lion King nest brush and nesting doll thing, which I don't know who makes it, so don't ask me. But I've had this forever. Random penguin from Madagascar. I think it's Skipper that I bought at a tag sale like 6 months ago. Little Stitch in a space car, very cute. Evital, Xerneas is over there. Ceramic Mickey, Zootopia figures. I had the whole set, but I just wanted to keep Nick and Judy out. You guys remember this thing? I still have this lying around, and I don't for the life of me remember what the toy was actually called, because they usually make big electronic ones of this thing, but I don't remember what it was called. Now, if you're an old school collector of like Disney and Hanna-Barbera, you probably know these. These are called Tiny Kins. They're very old, very rare, and I've got the complete set of the Top Cat characters, except for Dibble, but you know, I prefer the cats. And these aren't in the best shape. Like if you buy old figures like this of animals, they're gonna be like missing tails and the paint's gonna chip and stuff, but this is still a really cool set to have. Random ponies, Bad Cop keychain because Bad Cop is my favorite character in the Lego movie. And if you turn the head around, he's actually Good Cop too, so that's a great addition. Now up here, this is not a typical riser for collectibles. This is actually a spice rack, a retractable spice rack, so you can change the sizing if you want. And I got the idea of using spice racks for risers for my collections from Lamar Wilson, one of his videos. I think it was his Amiibo collection video. He didn't use this one specifically, but when I got the idea, I looked on Amazon, and spice racks are way cheaper than risers. Let me tell you. So if you want a cool way to display your collectibles but don't want to break the bank on risers, look into spice racks because there are a lot of cool options. But let's see what's actually on the riser. We've got, okay, Digimon Frontier, as I said before, is my favorite season. So these are some of my favorite figures in my Digimon set, and I got a lot of Digimon figures. We've got Agunimon and Lobomon, both ready to attack. We got this cool, shiny Chikorita figure that I bought at a comic shop years and years ago, and I hardly ever see it. It's a really unique piece. I have a shiny Charizard too, but I don't want to get it dusty, so I don't display it. Random cat. And of course, you all know this, I unboxed this on the channel, my complete Little Shop of Horrors Funko Pop set. That's part of the reason why I bought the spice rack, because I wanted a special way to display these because I knew I was getting them. So this is incredible. Just again, I know I've gone on about this, but just one of my ways to celebrate one of my favorite musicals, one of my favorite movies ever. These little, I think they're Gashapon figures of the original starters, and they're supposed to be like bobbleheads, but they don't bobble very well. And random Pikachu. This cute little, I have a lot of these. I have a lot of these action figures of Digimon that actually do actions. So this is Calamon, and you put a switch in the back, and it, hang on, does that. It's not the most action-packed, but it's adorable, and I adore Calamon, so I have that right front and center. I think they're Gashapons, I'm not positive, because I bought these at a Japanese hobby shop. You're going to see a lot from that shop, because I went on a huge shopping spree when I found that place. And right here we've got the Venusaur figure from the Pokemon 20th Anniversary Red and Blue collector boxes. More action Digimon! We've got Imperial Dramon and Imperial Dramon Fighter Mode. Now you may notice some of these I got on eBay, so some of them are a bit busted. Like I think you action Imperial Dramon Fighter Mode through his tail, but his tail is no longer there. But still, for display pieces, they are incredible, pretty well sculpted, and I just adore them. this action Charizard that my sister got for Christmas one year, and I don't think it works anymore. Now, it used to roar and stuff, but it's been sitting there for over a decade, so... This cool figure of Mickey that came with the Epic Mickey Collector's Edition set for the Wii game, which is pretty amazing because I love Epic Mickey. Like I said, there's Xerneas. I told you we'd get to Xerneas. This random, this is... I found this at a supermarket, like, ages ago, like when I was 11, and it was called Dinomon, and basically it's this, and then it folds in to create a dinosaur egg. I have a couple of these, but this is the one that stands out. And I just bought this because, if you haven't noticed, I'm kind of into franchises with the word Mon in them. So I thought these were the coolest thing ever. And something must have clicked because I still have it after all these years. I don't know. Does anyone else have one of these things? This is just so weird, but I still have it. Got some of my favorite con men. We've got these Flim and Flam blind bags. And the Jazzwares Stan Pines from Gravity Falls. This thing is out of print, so it is like really expensive now. And to end this shelf, we've got this random Sonic the Hedgehog that I think is from McDonald's. I got it at a flea market one year. I forgot to show this off. This might seem silly, but this is a Digimon dog tag that I found a really long time ago. And the reason I'm showing off is because I wore this all the time when I was a preteen, and even in my teen years, I loved it so much, and then I lost it, and then I found it again, so now it just hangs up here as a nice little memory. And hanging from the dog tag to show off both of my obsessions in my preteen years is a little keychain that I got at Nintendo World at the premiere event of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, so it's a nice little souvenir. Down here, we've got my very messy desk that I never use. But there's some cool stuff, so I'm going to walk you through some of these things. Of course, we got my mic. In case anyone's wondering, it's a blue ice snowball. Very affordable. Anyone who's starting out recording things for, like, YouTube and stuff will easily recommend it. And I got this on a recommendation from about half a dozen people. And it's really reliable, has always helped out. If you want to know how my videos sound like they do, that's what I use. And this really cheap tablet that I never used because I couldn't figure out how to do it. Blind bags that I don't want, that I'm trying to sell on eBay unsuccessfully. Now, let's get the things I do want. Over here, I don't know how well you can see this. This is a really cool postcard from one of Gary Baseman, who created Disney's Teacher's Pet. One of his galleries, I think. Top Cat collectible card that I really like. This thing that my mom bought me a long time ago. I don't know who made this. I think she bought it on some weird online website. That's just my name with a weird looking Pikachu. But I like it, so I keep it. And again, this is just a section of weird stuff. This Sonic X truck figure, I don't know who made this or why, but it's there. So there you go. Liberty Bell pencil sharpener, because again, I had kind of a history phase. Pencils, markers, this little marble case for Pokemon that I keep changing now. Random Pokemon cards, little posy thing that I never use. My first ever, again, I don't know how well you can see this, my very first video camera that I stopped using a really long time ago. I'm going to figure out what to do with that, because I don't know if I should keep it or not. Now this is kind of cool. This is a art card for Doctor Who for the TARDIS that came with one of the season box sets. I don't know which one, because someone I work with got the Doctor Who seasons for our cataloging section, because I work at a library. She got it so it could be in our library collection. She kept the things that came with it. But then when she left the job, she was going through her stuff, and she knew I was a Doctor Who fan, and said, "Hey, you want this?" And I was like, "Sure." I keep it to remember a really cool coworker. Bunch of other random stuff that I don't have a place for right now. I just got this. I just got The Lion King on Blu-ray, which is incredible. But anyway, okay, we got another great piece here. So, these are Pokemon pins from all the way back in the year 2000, and I got these for Christmas in like 2005, so I've taken very poor care of them. You'll notice one is missing. That's supposed to be Ho-Oh, because I accidentally bent the pin on the back. I'm gonna get it fixed. I still have it. I just can't display it right now. But this is a really rare, really unique piece, and that's something I really love in collecting. Like, the more unique the better. So this is a really cool piece and one of my absolute favorites, even though when I got it at a time where I wasn't great at taking care of collectibles. We also got just hanging out on the chair here, my plush of Discord, because of course, I really love that. And my plush of Coda from Brother Bear. I managed to pick this up on Black Friday, and I think this was Disney's like really sneaky way of celebrating Brother Bear's 15th anniversary, which is actually confirmed by the tag there, but this is the best we got. Not even a special re-release of the movie or anything, because nobody cares about Brother Bear, but I do. Alright, let's move on. We got my bed. Not super interesting. No, like, fandom sheets, but there you go. And here's, like, just so I don't have to sit at my desk or anything and I can be comfy on my bed, is my computer, where I spend, like, a really unhealthy amount of my life. But, there you go. And this is where I make all my videos. And I really should update that screensaver. I should make a new piece of art, but that's for another time. Alright. Up here, we've got all of these stinking lighting. Bits of, like, I don't know, promotional art that came with a bunch of cast albums that I just cut up and stuck on the wall because I wanted a way to represent musicals I really love that I couldn't find posters for at the time. Like, we got The Producers, my favorite musical of all time. We got Young Frankenstein, Little Shop of Horrors, the underrated off-Broadway Frankenstein musical, and The Addams Family, because I had a big Addams Family musical phase. Speaking of Little Shop of Horrors, we also got this cool Broadway poster that I picked up a while ago. And we got this. I did this for fun, because I found a piece of poster board in my house when I was like 13. I had a weekend to kill. So I did this over a weekend of just drawing random Pokemon and Digimon because I wanted them to be together. Because, you know, this was back when you had to choose between Pokemon and Digimon. And yeah, again, not the best artwork. There's some really wonky stuff going on here. But I really loved doing stuff like this as a kid. Got this random poster of Sonic Chronicles, a game that I have never played, but yet I have a poster of. I think it came in a magazine or something, and I thought it looked cool. My giant Day of the Doctor poster, which is incredible. And I usually don't buy big posters like this, but I had this whole section of the wall that I wanted to do something with, and that's what I decided to do with it. Right here, we've got extra Funko Pops that I got after I found out I was going to move, so I didn't really see any point of taking them out of the box when they're just got to be packed up again anyway. But just in case you're wondering, we've got this one I've been looking for forever, the 75th anniversary sepia tone Captain America, which looks just as good as I thought it would. And you might have seen this in my Christmas haul, the Hot Topic exclusive Stevani. We got this random pocket dictionary that I used to use all the time until I found out you can Google words. And this Jack Skellington that I made. See, at this point, I learned how to bake clay figures, so you're gonna see a few of these, but this, I'm actually really proud of this. Like, I made this, when did I make this? Like 8 years ago, and I still really like how this turned out. Now this, okay, this is amazing. So you know how I said the more unique, the better for me? Well, there's this amazing Lilo and Stitch lamp. Oh, jeez. That I got for Christmas one year, I think, back when I was obsessed with Lilo and Stitch, which was right around when the TV series was kicking off. So Disney Store made this. I don't know if it was limited quantity or anything, but usually the whole bottom section lights up or anything and everything. And now it's a sought-after collector's piece. Like, it's really hard to find. And I managed to not break off the antennas on Sparky. I've taken very good care of this. And this is hands down one of my favorite pieces in my room because it's such a rare find. It represents one of my favorite Disney television shows, which, as if you're a Disney collector, you know there's not a lot of Disney TV merchandise, at least not until lately. So, yeah, I love this. And of course, I've got Jack from Mary Poppins Returns next to the lamp, because he's a lamplighter. It just makes sense. Over here, I just have this little award thing that I got at a movie-themed birthday party a long time ago, and I liked it. And the more my enthusiasm for movies grew, the more it felt appropriate to keep this silly little party favor. And over here, it's kind of weirdly sentimental to me. It's just this weird, like, wax dog figure that I probably should have gotten rid of a long time ago, but my mom actually got this for me during one of my many visits to the hospital when I was a kid, and it really cheered me up that time, and I never forgot that. So he stays right here. This is kind of cool. This I actually won at an arcade. It's supposed to be a Disney film cell, which is pretty cool. And it's of The Lion King, which is my favorite Disney movie and one of my favorite movies ever made. And it's got this little film strip of one of the moments from the movie. You can't really see it here, but it's supposed to be the scene, one of the moments where Simba's in the elephant graveyard. And I had enough points to get this, and I immediately grabbed it. These really cool, handmade, Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go buttons. I'll put the artist in the description below, because you should definitely check out her stuff. I'll buy anything that represents really underrated animated shows that I love, and I adore this show, but I never had any way to represent it. And then I found her Etsy shop, and it was so perfect. Let's see. Random jewelry wire that I use for sculpting. Stand bucks, which are worth a lot, as we all know, because it's money. It says so right there. Random DS game I should probably put away. Rubik's Cube, fidget spinner that my sister bought me as a joke once, but turns out I'm a really fidgety person, so I've actually used it quite a bit. Speaking of my sister, she also got me this Patamon. All this stuff from the Gravity Falls Wayfaring Strangers fanzine campaign that I just haven't found a place for. And I actually did a video on that fan magazine, so you can check that out. I might remember to link it up above, I don't know. These cool buttons that I just bought at a video game store like a week ago. And it's of Lucario, because they had a Smash Bros. Line. And the new Rainbow Quartz. Sorry if you're not caught up with Steven Universe, but this, okay, I bought this like 5 days after the episode went up. Like, they got to this really quickly. And Rainbow Quartz, this new Rainbow Quartz, was all over my feed on social media, including mine, because I adore Rainbow Quartz. You might have seen this in the Christmas haul, this cell phone holder thing that one of my friend Pines got me. Don't feel discouraged if it's not on the phone. I'm thinking of doing something else with it. These cool stickers that I bought at Hudson Valley Comic Con, again, if anyone's interested, I will link the artist in the description below, because they have an online store, and I love their artwork. I even found a Kim Possible one. I did not expect to find Kim Possible merch of any kind at that con, but yeah, there's some. They have a wide variety of fandoms. So if you're interested, I will link their store in the description. All right, up here. Oh Jesus, it's taking forever. Japanese Digimon poster that I got at that Japanese hobby shop that I mentioned earlier. Poster for the movie musical The Producers, which again is my favorite musical, my favorite movie musical. This is a really cool print of Doctor Who mixed with Pokemon, having the Pokeball be bigger on the inside. I really love this, and it has my favorite Doctor, the 11th. And I would link the store like I'm doing with some of the other handmade stuff, but that store became inactive a really long time ago. I bought this on Etsy way back when I was first getting into Doctor Who, so like 5 years ago. And I wanted to promote this person, but their store has long since been inactive, so yeah, sorry about that. A few of you have noticed this in my haul and unboxing videos, and some of you have been asking about this. It's actually a little pixel art surfing Pikachu, which is really cool, that I picked up at a convention like a couple months ago. And this is actually my first piece of pixel art, no matter how, even though I adore pixel art, this is the first one I finally jumped the gun and bought. Alright, we got this cool floating shelf. If you want to know where to get shelves like this, try Walmart, try Target. They're surprisingly easy to find. So we got this little pint-sized Hero Killmonger guarding this really cool Lion King Broadway medal. Well, it's technically an ornament, but I use it as a medal. And I've never taken it out of the box because I picked this up at this really cool exhibition that they were doing to celebrate the 15th anniversary of The Lion King on Broadway in New York City. So I went down to the city and I checked out the exhibition. I've got tons of pictures of it, but none of them are any good. And they were selling this exclusively there, so I picked it up. And it's just been such a cool piece to keep in the box. I'm usually not an in-box person, as you'll see from my Funko Pops in a second. but that piece certainly is. And speaking of Lion King, this is amazing. This is also an ornament, but it's way too heavy for a tree. So if you've got this, or if you're going to get this, don't put this on a tree. You will break it. But it's this really cool piece depicting Scar's mask from that show. And I adore this piece. Again, one of my favorite pieces in my collection. It's a little plushy keychain of Gromit from Wallace and Gromit, more specifically from The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, because Curse of the Were-Rabbit is actually one of my favorite animated movies that I never talk about, and it made me a huge Wallace and Gromit fan. And of course, if you're into collecting, you're probably into blind bags, and I got really into the Digimon Dome set. So I've got Gabumon and Gatomon. I got a couple others, but I'm trying to get rid of them because I didn't want those as much. Now, this is one of the big sections for Pops. So, we've got Secret Squirrel, one of my favorite Hanna-Barbera characters. Shadow the Hedgehog, really love this one. Agent Carter, Dorothy Spornak from the Golden Girls, The Invisible Man, I picked this up at a con, and the Trading Places figures, Lewis Winthrop III and Billy Ray Valentine, that I got this year for Christmas. These, I don't know how well you can see this, we've got these little Pokemon, like, finger puppet things. I got these a really long time ago, I don't even remember how. And I got a bunch more of them, but these are the coolest looking ones, so that's why they get to be on the shelf, and the others get to be stuffed in a drawer. Cute figure of one of the Lilo and Stitch experiments, Yang. These little figures of Calamon and Impmon. I've got tons more Digimon PVC figures from this set, but it's a little Scrooge McDuck figure. I think this is really old. I think this is like from when the 1989 show originally came out, but I bought this for like 50 cents at a toy store, so that's a pretty great find. Little Steven Universe Pint-Sized Hero, and this awful Avatar Korra figure that I tried to sculpt as a way to represent when the series was concluding. So this was like 4 years ago. And I thought I did okay until I got to the face. I'm not in love with the face. But, I spent a lot of time on it, so that's why I keep it.